Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the fastest way to improve here in Chapter 2. I'm going to be telling you guys exactly what you have to do step by step in order to improve instantly in this game and to get better very, very quickly. And also in this gameplay, end up dropping 19 kills, so definitely stay to the end of the video because it is a heck of a gameplay, dropping 19 kills here in Chapter 2. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 V-Bucks. And if you guys want a chance to enter this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, turn on my post notifications, and also leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And you guys will be automatically entered into my next giveaway, which I'm giving away 2,000 V-Bucks. If you guys want some free V-Bucks, make sure you guys do enter into the giveaway. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to be telling you guys how to improve very quickly in this game. And also the fastest way, in my opinion, to improve if you are looking to get better at this game. Because if you feel like you're struggling to get better, don't know exactly what the next step is, hopefully this video can help you guys out a lot when it comes to finding that next step and improving in this game. Because there's so many different updates coming to the game, constant changes in seasons, weapons, all that kind of good stuff. There hasn't been too much for Chapter 2, but in the past and probably very, very soon, they're going to be implementing some changes that you guys have to adapt to. So the game's constantly going to be changing. People are going to be continuously getting better. So if you want to keep up and you want to be able to drop a lot of kills in this game, and if you want to be able to improve and just be the best player that you can, you definitely have to step up your game each and every day so that you guys can compete and catch up to the players at the rate everyone else is improving. And also when they add new items, stuff like that to the game, that you also take full advantage of that and use it to the best of your ability and be able to get a lot of kills from it. So when it comes to improving in this game, the fastest way to improve, I would say the very first thing that you would want to do, and the first very crucial step to improving, I would say the fastest way, because there's a lot of different aspects you can improve on, but the fastest way is trying to figure out through the games you're playing what is the number one thing that you feel like you're dying to and that you can improve on. I would say that has to be the very first step to find out, because it's going to be very difficult to improve if you don't know exactly what specifically you need to improve at. And this can be a crucial step to improving in this game. So if I would say the fastest way, because like I said a minute ago, there's a lot of different aspects to improve on. You're not going to be the best at every single thing. But I feel like the best thing you can do is find out the number one thing that you feel like you're lacking at. And that could be a number of things. It could be anything from aiming. You feel like you're losing gunfights, not because of building. You just feel like you're missing your shots in close quarter situations. And that specifically is costing you to lose in your games. Then aiming would be the number one thing to improve on, and finding ways to improve your aim is going to be a priority. So you can have anything from aiming courses, which really isn't the best, because aim assist can be a lot different. Maybe switching up to linear, going back to legacy settings, changing up your sensitivity. All those things can be a way to improve when it comes to your accuracy, because there could be a lot of factors. If your sensitivity is way too high, trust me, you're going to be missing more shots than you want. I can't even control very high sensitivities, and most people say I play on a higher sensitivity than most people, which I think I play pretty average. I currently am on like a 47 or like a 50% on linear, so I play on a decent sensitivity. It's nothing like crazy high or crazy low. So if you're playing on something like a 9 or a 10 sensitivity, you probably do want to lower it down. If you feel like your aim is very good, then I guess go for it. But if you feel like your aim's lacking and you do have a very high sensitivity, that could be a very good step to improve in that aspect. And also another aspect could be something like building, which for a lot of controller players, this can be a little bit harder because building is a lot easier on PC, or not necessarily. Oh yeah, I would say, because keyboard and mouse on console is it's still console. It's still really bad. So I'm going to talk PC as in keyboard and mouse. It's 10 times easier to go for edits or in builds, things like that. So when it comes to improving your building, maybe you could try to learn more high ground retakes. Maybe you're messing up your 90s. Maybe you're messing up your retakes. Maybe you're messing up in certain aspects when it comes to building. You notice that a certain build always throws you off. off. So practicing that build can be the fastest way to die less, because if that's the number one thing you're dying to is certain retakes, you're messing up certain type of builds, then that could be your go-to improvement. Maybe go into creative a little bit and practice those specific edits, high ground retakes, things like that. And so another way that people might mess up on could be editing. So for editing, I would say a really good way is figuring out what edit specifically, because when it comes to in-game, like a public match, I guess you can play arena if you want, but for public matches, or I guess it really doesn't really matter. When it comes to games, then you're running into a lot of people. There's going to be some edits you're going to be using more than others. So certain wall edits, maybe certain floor edits, ramp edits, you're going to be using more often than other ones. Some edits you might be using a little bit, but they're not as frequent. So if you feel like you're losing games to editing, you want to practice and practice and practice the specific edits that you do all the time in game. Now, a lot of you guys might do a little bit different edits, but there is a few ones that you guys can do to really, really focus on and improve your consistency in game, because being consistent is going to be the number one goal. So you want to be as consistent as possible. So certain edits, like when you edit the bottom, like on a wall edit, the bottom 3 squares on the right side or left side, you go for the edit all the time when you go for edit, maybe you're running out of a box, maybe you're going for the edit when you go for a flick shot. That's probably like the most common edit possible, and if you feel like you're messing up that edit specifically, then that could be something that you really, really want to improve on and work at, so you don't lose to that in game, and that's really the best way to improve. So the whole idea is to find something that you're really bad at, like the number one thing that you feel like you're losing games to, improve on that aspect, and once you feel like you've gotten sufficient at it, you feel like you're not dying to it as much, then after you pretty much mastered in a way that specific a problem in your game, then the next thing you want to do is you want to repeat the exact same process. So maybe if it's not that edit, it's like a certain build technique, maybe it's a certain type of thing you need to work on. So that's going to be the best way and the fastest way to improve this game. Find the number one thing you're really, really bad at, improve at that, and once you got very good at that, then you want to repeat the process and find the next worst thing that you feel like you're losing games to, and then improve in that aspect. And that way it gives you something that you really know specifically what to improve on, because there's so many different things you can do. There's so many different aspects in the game as far as mechanic, game sense, all that kind of good stuff. So, and that could also be another thing to improve on as well, is this game sense, making sure you always have in the best position possible, because working on that can be very difficult because there's going to be a lot of muscle memory when it comes to your playstyle. So working on that aspect can be a little bit difficult as well, but it very well can be done, because mechanics is a little bit more simpler than just game sense. Game sense is definitely a lot harder to work on, because you have to have a conscious mind of making sure you do those specific things, but they are very, very important to do. And game sense and IQ in the game is definitely the number one thing I feel like people lack, because a lot of people have good mechanics, especially keyboard and mouse players. That's why I call them bots. It's because they have extremely good mechanics, but they're just completely brain dead when it comes to playing the game. They just have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Their brain is just hardwired to do a bunch of edits, a bunch of builds, and a bunch of flick shots, and there is just zero IQ, zero game sense, zero thinking. I mean, I don't even know what goes inside a PC keybot's brain. I mean, it just blows my mind the type of people I see on stream that have the best mechanics possible, but then, in the middle of a gunfight, they freaking just fall off and die to fall damage after like a 20-minute build fight. I mean, it's just crazy the type of things I see. So game sense is definitely something that a lot of people lack and can be a very crucial aspect and could be a major reason in why you're losing games. So repeat that process and it's going to work very, very efficiently, something I've been doing for many seasons to help me improve very much. And there has been mechanics like, for instance, I've got very good at something and then maybe a few seasons later I didn't work on it as much and I kind of lost it. Those things happen too. So just because you have something now doesn't mean you don't need to go back and revisit and also just rework on that specific mechanic, because that happens all the time. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's kind of the thing that happens. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.